So this is the last video in this trio of the mid-July garden tour. This is going to be of my Secret Garden and the Veggie Garden and what's going on there. And yeah, so let me know, for you regular viewers, if you like the three-part garden tour or if you like it all in one fell swoop, no matter how long it is. So just let me know in the comments below. All right, on with the tour. This is my handy dandy wagon that I cart stuff in. Okay, back here I've been working, so it's a little bit untidy, but we're getting there. I've started putting, I had some heucheras in pots. I'm putting them over here. This is my shade garden. All my hostas. Look at that. I love that hydrangea. That's an ever blooming. And then over there's the other one. I got them on the bargain rack of Lowe's a couple of years ago. They looked so sad, but I knew they would recover with really good care. And then this hydrangea was a gift from a friend, and it's in a pot too. So hopefully it will keep on thriving there, just in a pot. I think I'm going to buy that aluminum that you put in there to change the color. I think it would be a really deeper lavender. See, this is this pink and lavender here. The Bobo hydrangeas, I think they're going to bloom this year. We'll see. We'll see. I just had them in the pot because they didn't live anywhere in my garden very well. My Asiatic lilies, the heat is making them go over quicker. Now, this is the white echinacea I sowed in this bed last July. And I direct sowed them. And look at how beautiful they are going to be. So far, no asters yellow. I had a couple last year I thought had asters yellow. And then I found out it could have been mites. And I sprayed them really well. So far, so good. That's my HF Young Clematis. That is a viburnum. This one is called Blueberry Muffin. It usually, when it flowers, it creates these little blueberries that the birds love. But it's really taken off this year. Really taking off. My tree roses that were bargains from Lowe's a couple of years ago. Just doing beautifully. This one, I accidentally let it get too dried out and it almost died, and so it's recovering now. You see the other one is blooming and this one is not, and that's because this one's just recovering from my maltreatment. These are the Sahara mix seeds again that I sowed from my collected ones, and even though these are beautiful, it's not the color I wanted here. But look at those bushy plants. They're doing beautifully. Oh, there is my dahlia. That's my David what? Oh, I can't remember the name offhand, but I know it is one of my favorites. It's what made me love orange in the garden. I have it in a really big pot to grow there, and that's because the gophers love the dahlias in my garden. Look at the purple rooster monarda. Isn't that thing tremendous? I do have to support it. It wants to flop here. And so, yeah. This is one, last year I did garden hacks, like 19 garden hacks. And I think this was one of them, about the garden supports I do with this remesh. I have also a video on how I create those. And I'll try to remember to link them. And they're very easy to create. So, that's some more of that Mystic Spire salvia, doing great there. I put another crazy daisy back there. Oh, the Verbena bonariensis, that just is so beautiful with the white. I think against that orange, don't you think that'll be just gorgeous? This is Summer Romance Nepeta. I'm really loving it. It stays upright, does really well. This one, I think, is Cat's Meow, and you see how it's flopping? I don't know if a cat got in there or something, but I will prune back all the stuff that's flopping, and then it'll put out new growth and hopefully stay upright. I had put a Jupiter's beard in here because I needed some fill-in, and it does beautifully in my garden. My iceberg rose, I gave it a huge haircut because it was going so crazy over the top of this arbor, and yeah, that one that's growing straight up, I will tie it in so it doesn't just, look too wild-haired. So you see, there's some of the stuff I need to clean up. That's some irises I pulled out right from here. And you see I cleaned up this area. I had a huge gopher in here, gopher tunnels. So yeah, I'm going to have to plant things in cages right now until I make sure that spray is going to work. This has been on my wish list for a few years. This is hardy plumbago. Look at the beautiful blue flowers. But I was staging it there to see if that's where I want to put it. And I am going to sow, I think right now, some annuals in here, like some zinnias and cosmos for this summer's color. And then I will decide, other than the hardy plumbago, what I want to put in here. And yeah, I'll just give it some thinking, put my thinking cap on, and just really decide on what I want in here. I have roses, and I could put another rose, maybe a low-growing rose. Like get some more of the sun blaze roses. I do love them, and they stay short and they take some real beatings. This is Junior Walker's Nepeta catmint, and look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And look at the bees just loving it. As well as this is a Veronica that it's not the same Veronica that's over in the other garden, that I showed you, the white one. This one has a very strange habit. Now, is this a Veronica? Maybe this is a salvia. No, I don't think so. Now I got to look it up. Let me see. Oh, wow. It is a salvia. So, okay, I'm wrong. This isn't a Veronica, and I thought it was. I was thinking it was white wands. I'm going to have to look it up again. The scent of the leaves is like the salvia. But see how it's always just sporadic and mostly green stem? I was like, I don't really like that look. But the bees absolutely love it. So it's staying for now. And then I need to be better about planting maps. This is ebb tide. My mom gave me this. It was about this big, a little stick in a pot that she had started from hers, and then she gave it to me. And yeah, I just love this thing. It does scorch in the sun. You see how the heat really can scorch the petals. And so some roses, that happens, but once it cools down again, it will still be just gorgeous. This is my Sexy Rexy that I dug up because a gopher had eaten it to a nub. And now I'm going to plant it, I think, right here. I had to dig up my Sharifa Asma David Austin rose because the gophers ate it. And I will reroot it. But yeah, over here, this is Courage or Courageous, that rose. Isn't it beautiful? And this is my other Tess d'Iberville that when I transplanted this one over here from the barrels up front, it's already bloomed, I need to deadhead it. There was a piece that broke off the root, and this was it. And so I potted it up to see if it would keep going. And yes, so I'm going to put that right down here. Courageous will be there. This one will be here. It'll climb the arbor, and I'll have red roses here. I didn't forget. I haven't gotten to the circle garden yet. This is a petunia called, I think it's Morning Sun. And that's because of the yellow in the lit center. Anyways, I wanted something that stayed shorter in here. I didn't want anything to go over the sides. That's why I didn't do a wave petunia or a super petunia in here. I wanted a compact petunia to just fill in with color around here. Now this soil dries out really quick. I need to mulch it really well and they will do even better. And I have a new product I've been using. Well, it's new to me. And I will share that in an upcoming video, which I have been very impressed with. And I think I'll put some in here. I'm sure that will help tremendously. My boxwoods, most of these boxwoods, I started from cuttings about 3 years ago. And look how they're filling in. So all of these were free. This one, I think, is Winter Gem. And yeah, just doing beautifully. I'm loving it. They are always green. So they help provide green when everything else is just a mud patch. That is Daisy May. I had to divide the ones up front, and so that I put it back here and do it beautifully. Look over here. Here's some more Mystic Spires. You see how this one's so much bigger than the ones in front? And so doing beautifully in here. Another bushy boy. And these, I'll show you a video. These went over quickly or dried out quickly because of the high heat we've been having. But I'll show you a video clip or a picture, see which one I have, of this. And it's been scenting the entire garden. It is just tremendous. I am going to get more oriental lilies and these trumpet lilies for sure, because I just love how they scent the garden. I'll make sure maybe put it in a spot where it'll get a little afternoon shade and the flowers will last longer. So that delphinium wanted to flop this year, and I just never got to tying it in. So look at, there's my beautiful climber. That's Colette, putting on more blooms. I've been trying to be better about getting to fertilizing because a lot of these are in containers. And in containers, they do need extra help because they lose nutrients quickly. So look at this, my patch of milkweed. I have two different kinds. I have the showy milkweed, and both of these are in natives to my area. Look at the bee. I'm hoping to get monarchs to come and lay babies on it. So here's the skinny leafed one. And then this one has the fat, thick leaves. Last year, I just let them go to seed and let the seeds go wherever they wanted. A lot of them reseeded here, but I got one up in the front garden, so the birds must have carried it. All right, here's more irises I need to clean out, and we'll do so. Some dahlias. That one's in a small pot. I need to put it in a bigger pot. It'll do better. So yeah, everything is doing beautifully. I'm thrilled. The weather's been so nice. I need to get out and start spreading more mulch while it's cool. The Kochiana that I planted from seed, and these put out a lovely scent in the evening. Just gorgeous. And some more Verbena bonariensis, which I had thought I dug this all up and put it over there and left a little stem, and sure enough, I got more. Alrighty then, I'll share with you what I've got going on over here by the chicken pen. Good morning, ladies. Anyways, I got this at Lowe's over 4th of July weekend. I put it in this big pot because I didn't know where I wanted to put it. So I thought it'd be great right there, nice spot. I did plant, this is the climbing zucchini that I absolutely love, Trombosino. I'll put the name up in a video, not a video, a clip, a picture of the seed packet, I do believe. But here is remesh panel that I make my plant supports from. I'm going to put screws here and over there, and then I'm going to hang it, and then I'm going to train my squash across this way because it's going to want to go up and over, and there's nothing to, and I couldn't pick any squash up there. So that's the plan with that. And then I have another, this one is another climbing squash. A piece of it broke off and now it's starting to grow again. And let me see if my cucumber over here made it. Yes, you see I had something digging in there and almost killed this cucumber. Oh no, is that split? No, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna train it up. This looks like it, is that a bug on there? No, sorry to get carried away there. So that's my cucumber. And yeah, something was digging there, so I put some red pepper flakes out to prevent that. So, okay, I only let the chickens out in their main pen. I didn't open their door. I'll open their door so it stays cooler in there. To their hen house. Good morning, ladies. Those are my two young ones. They're getting big, aren't they? One's a cuckoo Moran and the other is an Americana, or Easter egg, as some people call them. I love her coloring. Isn't she pretty? Back there. Alrighty. So this is, this I think is my rose that was the Tequila Supreme that I rerooted. Look, it's going to bloom again. I need to put it back out there in front, but in a cage. This is by Sharif Asma. You see how it was dying? And yeah, down there I've got it soaking in water. And so I can pot it and grow new roots on it. Now in here I mulched the veggie garden. I've got lots of tomatoes on my tomato plants. My poor blueberries, I've got to dig them up and get them in the pot. See, they got smushed by the tree this last winter, and that's just not something I've gotten to yet. Look at these beautiful nasturtiums down here. I planted them in the hillside, so I was hoping they would act as a nice stabilizer. This is a very small tomato. I started it late and then wasn't caring for it properly. So here's some more tomatoes over here. I have them in containers because this soil here is not very deep. So I just put them in these big containers. Some peppers. Look at these dahlias. I got this one is a pink one. I can't remember the name of it. I got it in a package from Costco. But I need to deadhead it. But then this one is Thomas Edison coming up and blooming. They are in, I'm going to show you one of these days how I create these planter boxes to protect plants from the gophers. And it's just cedar fence board, so pretty cheap. Look at these sunflowers. I'm going to sow some more and see if I can get more to come up. So I've started putting my Oya pots in here because this soil dries out way too fast. I've got some bush beans coming up in here. I've been transplanting some of the strawberries I've been digging up into here. There's some lettuce. You know what? I should plant some more lettuce and then put a shade cloth over this bed. My cannas. Yeah, that's an Aglaia daisy. You see right there? Yeah. And this is a potted geranium. So my larkspur, which this was just a swath of beautiful blue, I could have kept it blooming a little longer if I deadheaded, but I want to collect the seeds. And you see how it's all going to seed. And yeah, then I can cut them back all the way, and then other flowers are in here. This is my sweet romance lavender. Isn't it beautiful? And then on down here. So all beautiful things. So that is my garden tour for today. This is mid-July again. And turn around. So that, my friends, is my mid-July garden tour. What's going on right now. And you know what? You know how it changes so much within a couple weeks. When we do our August 1st garden tour, there'll be many things a little bit different. So I hope to see you then.